Welcome to another episode of Pear Tree Ranching. We're doing our problem horse series. We're going to get Cisco out. It's going to be day 2. We won't follow every single day, or we might have clips from each day as we progress, but we're going to continue showing you our process of going through, getting him to where I'm comfortable with his ability to do what I call my bare minimum amount of groundwork. Then we'll get saddled and be able to do that with the saddle. Then we'll start going through riding process. So the point of this is to make sure he has the habits and skills to know how to get along, the understanding of confidence and yielding, healthy patterns, and being able to do a job, so that what we maybe have him get under pressure or run into a little bit of pressure, or the universe takes care of putting us in pressure, we can help him or he can help us get out of trouble. So let's get started. So as we're leading him out, we went to get him out of the stall. He wanted to run me over, push his way through the door. We just blocked him, throwing our hands in the air, driving with our heel of our fist towards the wall. So if he runs into it, that's kind of his problem. And then went in, rubbed on him, got the halter on nicely, made sure he connected. This is a process I call catch, halter, lead. We needed to catch his attention. We didn't have his attention because he's thinking, I'm leaving, I'm going out of here. And then we had to stop that, say no. Once we had his attention, then we were able to rub on him, start the process of haltering. So catch, halter, now we're doing leading. So as we walk out, notice he's standing back. Well, before we can get the camera on, as I'm walking, he's wanting to walk by, he's wanting to run into me, and so again, I'll do things that when I walk, I'm gonna drive with my hand to say, hey, get back, Jack, and help him find a way back. We can do things where we swing that lead rope and slap ourselves until, as it goes behind us, it might bop them in the nose. If he stands too close, notice he's just stepped back and is kind of comfortable now. So make sure every day, if there's one thing you do with your horse, a quality catch, halter, and leading can make a big difference. Okay, we switch gears to our summer hat because it is hot and sweaty and gets wet. We'll wreck our felt thing. So before it gets too hot in the day, we'll get this horse played with. We're in the round pen here. We're just going to start with what we did yesterday, rubbing him with the flag and doing a bit of head down. Well, that was easy. First shush, tucks his nose, puts his head down. What this tells me is that our first session, how we stopped early, what could have been considered early, we did so little, meant a lot to this horse, and he was able to process that, think about that, and feel good about that. And so by being real sequential in how we build things, by sticking to it till we see the horse really commit, not commit like, oh, we can hang out on Friday night. I want commitment like Notebook movie, lying on a deathbed holding hands commitment. Okay, and so for this horse to see that, now we're gonna build up some sideways down the fence, relax with our head down, and then move from there towards some more forward and backwards, more rights and lefts, and, eventually some ups and downs. So we're gonna switch out the old battery on the GoPro, get you guys repositioned where you can see that much more, and start working on some lateral work. Hey guys, quick pull you away from your scheduled programming of our Problem Horse series. If you want more full-length training, step-by-step, all the inside stuff, that's not on YouTube, that's on Patreon. You can go over and check out patreon.com/peartreeranch. Get signed up there. There's a couple of different tier levels, and we're also starting to do giveaways there where you get in, I give a challenge, you do the challenge, upload your video, all that information is on Patreon, how to do that, how to get entered to win. We got some great prizes there, and that gives you not only the support you need to achieve your goals, but the motivation and the goals that you can pick and choose through those challenges to participate and play along. So let us help you. Go check out patreon.com/peartreeranch. Now, back to your regular scheduled programming. Okay, we got you clipped to my chest. Let's see how this view works. A lot of times when I'm doing this sideways, I'll go round and round and round and round this round pen. I don't care if it takes 20 laps for the horse to really settle. I worked back and forth on the one end so that you guys could see from the position the camera was up high. But I'm starting to get where I was wanting to be able to go farther and in different positions, as well as hit some of these spots where there's grass for him to get his head down and find a nibble. It's a great little reward for these horses that can just happen naturally when they get their head down. See how he roots his nose? We don't want that. So I'm holding the halter till it bumps his nose back down and in, and then I lifted the flag to kind of shush him. and that brought that head down and in. There, see, now he's blowing out. So I just tied him, went in the tack room, grabbed the other mount to set you guys up this way. And that little bit of time of just standing there, because we did make progress. Now see, we're starting to get that much easier, where the head's bouncing down. He's finding these little snacks, and it feels starting to feel comfortable, safe, then comfortable. It's the priority of needs for a horse: safety, comfort, play, food. Okay, so they got to feel safe and comfortable before you can make a game out of any of these things that we teach them. And then I just let him weed whack the fence line for me. And now as pressure's coming on, the flag comes up. He goes nose, neck, shoulder. The shoulder steps across the left front in front of the right front. That's how we know it's forward. Then when the rope touches his hip, the rope is steering the hip. So my body language and stick and energy is driving the nose, neck, shoulder. The ribs and the hip steps over off the feel of the rope. There we get some lateral. There we get some lateral. So now we've gone from forward to some quality in our right. The head comes up. So I lift up my stick. I kind of say, hey, hey, get your mind in the game. That shaped him. There we go. And that little bit of shaping where he just felt that feel on his nose, it drew the head down and in and pushed him sideways. That's going to be the move that saves us potentially if he wants to rear and be bothered. So that's a great view of sideways, relaxed with the head down. I eventually want him to be able to do this at a trot as well. And while I do loud things like shush the flag and wave it around, where he knows I just do my job and that flag's not tapping me, I don't need to worry about it. Okay, let's go the other way. So I'm not really leading. I'm holding the rope at my side to where it keeps him from pulling back and away, and then the flag shushes him. He's trying to put his head down, which isn't bad, but he needed to find the release with going over to my right, stepping up to the fence, and finding some forward and then lateral. So he's struggling to find the forward. He gets sucked back, bounces off the fence. This is where I need to be able to keep going. I was running into the boundary of the shot, where he just needs to be allowed to go this way. When he goes over here, there's hot lava. Now comfort over here. I just keep making hot lava with the flag where I don't want him to be, and get quiet while he's stepping up there by the fence and finding his way to go forward and then left. There's forward, there's left. There's forward, there's left. There, there, there. Now, he needs the head to come down, so we're not releasing yet. The head comes up. I'm going to tap the fence or tap his nose. It lets him know, hey, don't get your head up there. You're in the round pen. You don't need to be thinking outside. There comes the nose and neck tucking. There he felt that rope again. Head goes up, starts shushing the flag. Head starts to think where I want it to go. There, there. We get quiet. He gets sucked back. He runs into the flag behind him and the lead rope, drawing him forward. Shorten my rope. Drive his nose till his nose starts looking where I want it to go. There. See how he has to sit and rear a little bit? He's stuck in the shoulders. His nose, neck needs to think left, and his shoulders need to step over there. So we need to take note that he's having a harder time shifting his weight and being thoughtful going left compared to right. So if we get stuck, that's probably his direction that he wants to sit, rear, and jump. And if we cause him too much block of any forward, that's when he'll go over backwards. Okay? And I'm just reading what he's telling me right now. It might be not what he does, but that's what I'm seeing. This is much harder for him on this side. But by being able to just keep him working this direction till he finds some form of comfort and starts to relax that head and neck. There he goes. There he goes. He's finding his way. There he goes. He's finding his way. I can be patient, not really having to add a lot more in the way of pressure, just using more time. So there's a few things you can change when you're working with a horse to help change the outcome. There he goes. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Whoa. Yay. Good boy. You can change the amount of time. The only way to decrease the amount of time is either to increase the amount of pressure you use or increase the quality of the pressure that you use, meaning the way that it's applied. Okay, the tool you use to apply it, the position you use to apply it, the technique you use to apply it. So how we communicate or put pressure on, you could call that horsemanship or the training techniques. You can change those, and the better choices you make there, the shorter timeline you're going to get. Also, an increase in pressure can decrease the timeline, aka just whack them harder. Now, that's not guaranteed to work, because if a horse like this is introverted and they can't think under pressure, you're going to only make it worse. So we maybe have to increase the quality of how we're putting the pressure on, from what positions, in what order. Now, if you don't want to use more pressure, you're going to have to take more time. Okay. If you don't have the quality of horsemanship or knowledge of sequencing for training, or more techniques to use, you're going to have to take more time. None of these things are right or wrong. They're just different. And so when we get comfortable with, it's all right to use more pressure, I don't mind that, as long as it's justified, if it matches the amount of pressure the horse is being resistant to. But sometimes we don't need more pressure, because see, he's not being resistant to me. He's not being resistant. He's working to figure it out. So therefore, I don't need to increase pressure to be more successful with this horse. I really just need to increase time. See? Hold my position so he could work within the puzzle he created for himself by getting too far turned left and getting his hip into me. There, he's figuring out how to lower his head and neck. And then he can start swooping. There, he found forward and swoop with that right shoulder in front of the left. And he can still bring that head and neck down lower. See how he has a hard time stepping out with the left shoulder to the left and reaching it forward? He can step it straight over, but reaching it a little more forward is a little harder. There was better. Head and neck. Okay, nose, neck. Then the shoulder, ribs, and hips start to follow. So we're getting forward and left. And I just have my pointer finger pushed down on the rope, and I'm pushing that down to help him feel that downward feel. And then my flag comes in to push him over. Perfect. So he didn't have to pick up his head to move. He just slid over. He got a little nervous as he got the rope along his side, so his head came up. We just reset and allow him to shift his weight, then move his feet. Shift his weight. Then move his feet. Good. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There, and I like when he knows he can just take that little nibble. It's not hurting anything right now. Get all bothered about he ate grass. You're missing an opportunity for him to realize you appreciate what he wants. He likes eating some grass. Yeah, I like that. He didn't bother when he got too far. He just stepped his hip. Good. A little bit. Ooh, I love that. We're going to quit right there. Perfect. Now he's just going to drift because he wants to eat that little nibble. I don't mind it. I understood why he was moving his feet. And when I can go, that's cool, doesn't bother me. You're being a good horse. He relaxes, blows out, feels that much better about what I've gave him. Super. So now we've got head down when getting shush with the flag, and we've got some forward motion and right and left motion with relaxation in the head and neck. This is going to help us teach him how to go without needing to rear or flip over. Okay, successful day 2. So we're moving forward with progress, but we're trying to keep it simple so that he feels good about the little bits, and we'll slowly increase it. It seems slow and linear at first, but then we hit this exponential growth curve in my experience with the progress. So if we're patient now, it'll pay off later. This is a super successful start. I'm really pleased with the effort the horse is making and is allowing us to go slow, and it's great that we can offer him that it's okay to go slow so he feels good about the deal with working with a human. All right, I'm Jake, we're at Pear Tree Ranch. If you like what we're doing, hit that thumbs up button. If you want to get subscribed, click here. If you want to see another video, click here. We'll see you next time.